Hi, so I'm coming to you post-workout swim, but post-workout swim shower. Because I know that if I try to make this video after the shower, it's not going to happen. Because I'm going to shower, I'm going to sit down on the couch to dry off a bit, and it's going to be over. So if I want to get this video made, this is what you're getting right now. And the reason I wanted to definitely make a video today was I promised myself when I started making these, that I was going to document the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've documented the good and the bad, but I have not yet documented the ugly, which has nothing to do with being post-workout. So I don't know if this is a me thing or if this is a surgery thing. I suspect that it's at least partially a me thing, because I have always been kind of a meal skipper. One of my many bad food habits. I had a tendency pre-surgery to, skip breakfast or skip lunch or skip some meal and then make up for it at dinner. One of the things you don't realize with surgery is all of a sudden food kind of becomes like sleep. There's no making up for it really. If you skip a meal, it's not like you can double up on your lunch. It never really, at least for me, it never really works out if I skip a meal, so I try really hard not to. And it's not just when I skip a meal, but, skipping a meal definitely contributes. I definitely experience what I'm calling drops in blood sugar. And that's something I also experienced pre-surgery. If I went for a long period of time without eating, I'd get a little bit cranky, a little bit, grouchy, whatever. But like so many other things with the surgery, it gets more extreme, I think, post-surgery. So I'm a big knitter. I really enjoy knitting. I don't do it as much as I'd like to now, but I really enjoy it. And they had a class in the city today on some really fancy stitches and stuff like that, and things that I wasn't gonna get, that I'd have to sit through a lot of boring YouTube tutorials. YouTube, I actually really like the tutorials, but you'd have to sit through a lot of them to get the information I was gonna get in this class. So I signed up last night, paid the fee, because everything in New York costs money, and didn't really think about the timing or anything like that, and woke up late today. So that's the start of the whole thing. So I woke up late and realized, I don't really have time. I kind of I'll grab something on the way. On my way to the class, I'll just grab something, which 9 times out of 10 never works. But, so I took the PATH train, which is the train from New Jersey into New York. I took the PATH train into the city and had this elaborate plan that I was going to get something on the way. And I knew things were headed south when I started swearing at people in the train station as I was getting off the train. That's somewhat culturally acceptable in New York, and people are complete and utter morons when it comes to getting on or off the train or like standing in the middle of walkways. And I often think lots of swears at them. Lots of swears. But today they were coming out of my mouth, which is not usual. I don't normally swear at strangers. I try really hard not to swear at strangers. But, that was happening. So, train got in a little bit late. I stopped at a little bodega, picked up some fruit, thinking that would be enough, and then ran to the class, thinking I would eat, while things were being explained and stuff like that. Except that by the time I got there, which for the record was 2 minutes early, I got there 2 minutes before the class was supposed to start, it had already started. So there was no chance, and it was all hands-on, so there was no chance I was going to have the chance to eat this food. And it just went downhill from there. Everything was pissing me off. The space, the way the class was being taught, the other students. It's an understatement to say I was a righteous bitch, but I was a righteous bitch. And it was embarrassing, because it was like I was outside myself, and I could see that I was doing this, but I couldn't stop it. It was like, just shut up, just shut up and sit and I couldn't do it. I could not make myself do it. And like I said, it was really embarrassing and really it's not who I am. And I kind of went to this thing thinking, people with common interests, maybe I could make some friends, and very quickly I was like, well, there goes that, because that's not going to happen. after I made a total fool of myself. And maybe about 45 minutes into the whole spiel, the teacher pointed out that, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention there's some snacks in the back of the room. Why don't we take a break and grab some? And it was like one of those Snickers commercials. It was like the second I got like a Tootsie Roll and like a potato chip in me, I was fine. I had full control over myself again. And I mean, the good thing is that gave me time to kind of like explain and, you know, eat crow a bit for having been so awful. I mean, I was just, I don't even know how to describe how I was acting, but I mean, I was a diva. I was everything they say in those Snickers commercials where they make the guy make the, you know, famous, unfortunately usually female person eat a Snickers and then they turn into a bro dude again. Yeah, I was all of those commercials. Oh wait, no, there's one where he's Joe Pesci too. Joe Pesci? Yeah, Joe Pesci. And there's a Joe Pesci one, a Betty White one, an Aretha Franklin one, I think. But yeah, I was all of those things. I was all of those Snickers commercials. And, you know, people were very nice about it and very understanding. And, you know, I just said, you know, I had the surgery, I meant to eat something, I wasn't able to, I'm really, really, really sorry that I was acting that way. And everybody's very understanding, but still, it was just, I hate being that way. I hate doing that and not having control over myself in that way. You know, and you know, it's an important lesson. Don't skip meals. Do not skip meals. Do not have backup plan. Do not leave without a backup plan. You know, if it means being a few minutes late to the class, it means being a few minutes late to the class, or it means being a few minutes late to work or whatever. You know, my work will understand. You know, the event will understand. Although I did go to I went to a club last night. Nothing like just. A few of my friends wanted to go dancing, nothing velvet rope or anything like that, and I was made to throw out the very expensive protein bar I had in my purse, and I was not happy about that. I mean, I wish I had, you know, just said, you know, I have a medical reason for this, but I think they still wouldn't have let me bring it in. If they'd had food in the club, I probably would have been okay with that, but they didn't, so they just made me throw out my protein bar for fun. They just had a rule about food. And the woman acted like I had a gun in my purse by the fact that I had a lunar protein bar in my purse. So it has not been a good food couple of days. So I am going to shower and upload this video, and then hopefully my food that I ordered will arrive. Because, yeah, I still need to eat more today. So I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you're not nearly as cranky as I was. Bye-bye.